Today, we're supposed to have a discussion with the congressman, the former congressman of Houston, Texas, Mr. Beto O'Rourke. And he was running for the office of the doghouse here in America. He said if he would be elected president, he would penalize all churches who did not believe and endorse and perform same-sex marriages. And he would strip all churches of their tax-exempt status. So we had a letter sent to him to meet us today. And his secretary, his personal secretary, did call me. And we talked, and we told her how the format would be. And she said, "That's good, Pastor Jennings, that's very good." She said, "But you have a very busy schedule and he may not be able to make it. Would you settle for a substitute?" I said, "Anybody." Because why would you attack the church? Because you got some belief that promotes that which God is against. So, before I go further, I want to share with my brothers and sisters that are here, and come on, Dan, and my viewing audience, the letter that was sent. I'll let Dan read it to you and let you get a chance to hear it. All right.
Dear Mr. Beto O'Rourke, we would like to introduce you to our assembly, which is based on the faith of holiness. We are writing in regarding your proposed Equality Act. We understand that you seek to eliminate the tax-exempt status for any non-profit organization which would hinder or oppose human or civil rights of those individuals in the LGBTQ community. We are wholly against any discrimination practices which would deprive any person of their dignity to maintain a safe and equitable existence. While we are opposed to any violation of human rights, we would like to better understand how you perceive the challenge of civil rights violations of those identifying as LGBTQ and what you desired outcome is for those with different sentiments if the Equality Act is enacted. We would now like to offer you the opportunity to have a respectful and honest dialogue with an actual organization which may be targeted by your proposed act. We invite you to join us for a televised dialogue during our international end-of-year convocation to be held in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to define the reality and opinions of civil rights and human rights to which all are entitled, yet differently defined. We hope that you will see the need for this conversation and hope that you will accept our invitation with best regards. Thank you in advance for your time and consideration. We look forward to hearing from you soon. Sincerely, Pastor Gino Jennings.
Thank you, brother. This is what we send the congressman. Yes. Why was this discussion very important? Here's a man was running for the highest office in America. And as you can see, brothers and sisters, the LGBTQRXTUVW and the XYZ are really pushing their agenda and trying to force it. And the churches around the world are bowing to the force of it.
Piers Morgan, he pressed the cotton candy preacher and said, "Will you perform a wedding between two homosexuals?" He said, well, you know, that kind of question is irrelevant. It's all I'm about is love.
Well, you know what? I'm going to respect the law, and I'm going to respect gay people like I do now. You know, have plenty of people that come to our church and friends I would call that are gay, so I'm going to respect that.
So Morgan asked his wife, "Will you go to a same-sex marriages?" She said, "Yes." Yes. Came back and asked Joel Osteen, "Will you go?" And he finally gave in and said, "Well, yeah, I'll go. You know, I don't want to offend them."
Victoria, what do you think of all this, the gay marriage debate? I mean, could you ever imagine attending a gay marriage between two people who come to your church, for example, if they invited you? Do gay people who attend your church invite you to their wedding?
Sure, I would go.
You would?
Well, I don't, if I had time,
could you go?
I would.
If they were friends of mine and I respect them, I would certainly go.
You would watch two people you think are sinners committing the ultimate sin.
Well, I'm looking at it, I don't think it's the ultimate sin, but I'm looking at it from another point of view of respect to that person. And, it gets convoluted, but I'm looking at it as respect to that person.
If you say you are a preacher representing Jesus, you're supposed to stand for what Jesus stands for and fight against what Jesus fought against.
That's right.
Like an issue like gay marriage, people look to the ministers for leadership. Sure. Is that an issue that's for you against the rules?
It would be, but Mark, I don't really focus on a lot of those things. I try to stay in my lane of what I feel called to do. Now that does come up in interviews and things, but just don't feel like that's not my core message. My core message is how do you have a healthy self-image? How do you let go of the past? How do you raise good children? How do you reach your dreams? Now I know that is part of it.
Yeah, because if you have 45,000 people, some of them are gay. For example, among other things.
Yeah. Absolutely, and everybody's welcome. But my take on it is, it's easy to make one issue to become known for that or to let it sidetrack your message. And, if you look at our congregation or the people that come to Yankee Stadium, including myself, we all have issues. Everybody's on a journey. So I try to say, here's my focus, here's my lane,
I forgot the gentleman's name. A journalist gave an interview to Jakes, and he asked Jakes a question. Can homosexuality and the church coexist? Jakes didn't stutter. He said, why, certainly. These men, they hate the Bible. So this is why you see the potter house, but God is going to crack that pottery.
A U.S. politician stepped forward with the confidence to determine challenge Pastor Gino Jennings was one of the most controversial issues in America today, LGBTQ rights. The room immediately became tense. Supporters of politician believed this would be moment someone finally concerned Gino Jennings publicly. Critics of Gino Jennings expected a heated exchange. Members of the church sat quietly waiting to see what would be happen. The politician began by speaking about equality, civil rights, and acceptance. He urged that society had changed and that churches needed to adapt to modern values. According to him, religious leaders who openly opposed LGBTQ lifestyles with contributing to division and discussion. Many in the audience nodded, others remained silent. Then he turned directly toward Gino Jennings. He asked a question seemed designed to put the pastor on the spot. Do you believe people should be denied acceptance simply because of who they are? The audience leaned forward. It was clear that this was more than a question. It was a challenge. Gino Jennings listened carefully without interpreting. When the politician finished, the pastor calmly picked up his Bible. There was no anger in his voice, no emotional reaction. Instead, he asked a simple question. What is the standard for determining right and wrong? The politician appeared surprised. He began talking about human rights, changing social values, and personal freedom. Jennings listened again. Then he responded, if morality changed very generation, then who decide that is right? Society, government, public opinion. If that true, then morality become whatever people vote for. The room became quiet. The politician attempted to explain that progress often requires society to remove beyond old traditions. Jennings immediately followed with another question. Should truth change because culture changes? The audience could feel the discussion shifting. What began as an attack was turning into a deeper debate about authority, truth, and morality. The politician urged that religious belief should not determine public policy. Gino Jennings agreed that government and religion have different rules. He said that every law is based on some moral belief. Every society decides what is acceptable and what is unacceptable. The real question, according to Gino Jennings, is where these moral standards came from. The politician faced. For the first time, he seemed less certain. Still, he pressed forward. He asked Gino Jennings whether he believed LGBTQ individuals should be treated with respect. Without hesitation, Gino Jennings answered, "Every human being deserves respect because every human being was created by God." Some audience members looked surprised, others nodded. Gino Jennings continued. He explained that disagreeing with a person's behavior does not mean hating the person. He pointed out that Christians are commanded to love people even when they disagree with them. The politician quickly responded that many people see such beliefs as harmful. According to him, telling someone that their lifestyle is sinful is itself a form of harm. Jennings faced for a moment, then he asked another question. If telling someone truth is harmful, does not mean we should never tell anyone they are wrong. The audience became even quieter. The politician tried to answer by saying that personal choices between consenting adults should not be judged. Jennings replied that society judges behavior all the time. People judges dishonesty, people judges corruption, people judges crime. The issue, he said, is not whether judgment exists. The issue which is standard is being used. As the controversy continued, the politician attempted to shift the focus toward inclusivity. He urged that churches should become more welcoming by affirming all lifestyle. Gino Jennings respectfully disagreed. He said the purpose of the church is to reflect God's word. According to Gino Jennings, if churches change their teaching every time society changes, then they stop guidance by scripture and start being guided by people opinion. The audience reacted strongly. Some applauded, others remained silent. The politician then made what many thought was his honest, strongest arguments. The discussion remained civil, the exchange remained focused. After and many people left talking about who won or lost, but about the question that had been raised. What started as a direct challenge ended as a powerful reminder that difficult conversations do not have to become personal attacks. Whether people agreed with Gino Jennings or not, many acknowledged that he remained calm under pressure, defended his brief clearly, and refused to let emotion control the discussion and emotions. That was part nobody unexpected. The confrontation that many thought would explore into cause instead become a thoughtful debate that left the audience talking after a long time. If you like the video, then do not forget to like, subscribe and share. Thanks for watching.